character demises in Dungeons and Dragons? Should they be forever immortal?
Mistakes people make when it comes to a character's demise. Let's talk about it. So let me preface this by saying there is no right or wrong way ever to play Dungeons and Dragons, but there are correct ways to go about certain situations. The demise and downfall of characters is one such sensitive topic for many, many players. Does this mean you should remove it entirely? Absolutely not. Unless you're, of course, playing a superhero campaign. Even then, I would feel almost cheated if my character was on the verge of his life ending and somehow miraculously came back. One of the most important things is to give it meaning. The reason I say this is because if somebody goes down during a fight and they throw that last saving throw and they fail and their character is no more, it can feel cheap. It can feel like they were cheated out of a really cool moment. So here's some things you can do to make those moments more interesting. The first one, have them recall a lost memory. Something that was buried so deep in their subconscious that their character had forgotten about it. Have them describe it in vivid detail, what they are seeing in these moments. And another thing I like to do is what I call the final flurry. Now, I apply this mostly to exhaustion rules, but you could also apply this to death saving throws. It's when the character comes back on 1 HP. They have that last gruel of battle in them, and they get 3 combat rounds uninterrupted where their character can do some awesome stuff. Like the adrenaline is pumping through their body. Perhaps they're a wizard who's drawing on every strand of the weave within their grasp. But this last push is what pushes their character over the edge and makes them feel like they have taken a truly heroic demise. Or perhaps there isn't even death saving throws. Now be careful with this one, but I have done it, and I have done it successfully. Certain objects, artifacts, and instances within the world will just end a character instantly without hesitation. No death saves, no second chances, just ending them. And I had this recently. So my players are all warned that magic is very dangerous in my world. You can use it, but use it cautiously. Don't use it as an answer to everything. One of my players recently tried this with an unknown magical artifact within 30 feet of himself. As he tried to cast this spell, this artifact, this crystal, suddenly drew on his own casting, and it absorbed the soul into the crystal. As his character was absorbed into this crystal, he saw a swirling vortex of 100,000 souls of mages and wizards and sorcerers and warlocks swirling around down into a single point, into a singularity. He made one final plea to the powers that he had, which was given to him, unbeknownst to him, by the Huntress, a rather war-born deity in my gothic horror setting. And she pulled him, plucked him from this swirling vortex and said, "I will hold on to you, you will not fall." However, this had a causation. It sped the vortex up. These souls were feeding this singularity faster and faster and faster. And so he had a choice. Sacrifice himself for the sake of these souls, or hold on in the hopes that his party could save him. And he chose the prior. He chose the self-sacrifice. He called upon the 2 warhammers that the Huntress blessed him with. He struck at the singularity, smashing the crystal into pieces, saving those souls at the cost of his own life. Now, being a brand new player to my tables and to my worlds, I normally give a free pass of sorts. I messaged the player and said, "Are you okay?" After some very, very intense roleplay. I said, "Are you okay? Shall we take a break?" And we all agreed that a break was best for this moment, just so that we could all let our emotions out and come back to the table in a better headspace. During this break, I messaged the player and I said, "Do you want a new character, or would you like this character to return? Only he will be changed." And he goes, "I love my character, I'd love to keep him." I said, "That's not a problem." So what did I do? Rather than cheapen his demise, rather than making it a throwaway moment, I made it a key plot point. So his character was on the strands of the universe, met by the God of Demise. The God of Demise held out his hand, clasped hold of this character's hand, and brought him back under his own servitude. So whilst the character is now alive, he is also indebted to an evil character that the party are trying to stop. So whether you're a new GM or an experienced GM, I hope this gives you some ideas on how to handle character demises. Don't be afraid of a character's ending. Just make sure it isn't cheapened, and make sure it has purpose and meaning to the characters and to the world. Thank you for listening. Apologies for the 10-minute video. Until next time, may all your 20s be natural. I am the captain, and as ever, I'll see you in the next one.